What is going on, guys? It's Billy the Kid here, and I'm bringing you a Bad Company 2 commentary for you lads. This is 2 rounds of squad deathmatch. The first round is on Isla Inocentes, and the second round is on Arica Harbor. I'm playing against Mr.Texan505, aka Badass Gunny, and I'll leave a link in the description of this video to his great channel. And he's got a lot of Battlefield content. I implore you to go and check out his content, and if you like what you see, please give him a subscribe. I'm sure you'll enjoy his channel. So this commentary will be about why I think, personally, Bad Company 2 is the better game than Battlefield 3. Now, and I say 3 with TH, not tree as in a leafy thing that grows outside. A 3. So anyway, yeah, this commentary will be about why I think Bad Company 2, for now anyway, is simply the better game than Battlefield 3. I'm sure that Battlefield 3 will be a better game in the long run, with the patches and the fixes and hopefully better quality teammates and etc, etc. But for the time being, I feel that Bad Company 2 is simply better, and I'm just going to go through the 3 big points for me anyway why I think it's better. And please leave in the comment section below what you think of my points, whether you agree or disagree, what you think of Bad Company 2 in terms of Battlefield 3. Do you think it's better? Do you think it's not? And just let me know what you think personally. So let's get right down to it. Okay, so point number 1 in which I think Bad Company 2 is better than Battlefield 3 again, is number 1, the destructibility of Bad Company 2. Now, when they were making Battlefield 3, as everybody remembers, when the trailers came out and when the little tweets came out and the news came out, oh, the destructibility, God, I can't even say it, the destructibility is greater than what was in Bad Company 2, and they showed you all the little bits, like in that bit of Operation Metro where they would blow up one of the buildings and all the rubble came down, and everybody was blown away. I mean, I was blown away when I saw that, and I was so, you know, excited when I was gonna get the game and I was gonna blow up everything. You know, they said everything was destructible, and I couldn't wait. And then the game comes out, and no. Well, you can do destructibility, that's for sure, but it's nowhere near on par, personally, I think, you know, than what was Bad Company 2. Battlefield 3's destructibility seems toned down, I suppose, in what was in Bad Company 2. For example, everybody remembers the you know, you could shoot down trees with a heavy machine gun or a grenade or C4 or whatever, you know, and you could blow up entire buildings with a tank or C4 again or whatever, and they would collapse, and until they patched it up. There used to be MCOMs in the buildings, and what they would do was destroy the buildings. They would collapse and the MCOMs would destroy without even going into armor. And a lot of people would do that, of course. But the thing was, or I should say the thing is, you don't seem to be able to do that in Battlefield 3 until Back to Karkan came out. When Back to Karkan came out, you could collapse buildings, and they seem to have increased the destructibility in the Back to Karkan maps, but not for the entire game. It just seems to me only for the Back to Karkan maps, like you know, God, I can't even remember any of their names. No, but you know what I'm on about. Like Back to Karkan, I suppose, is one of them. That one, you can just destroy the entire street, literally the entire street, and all the rubble will stay on the street and not go anywhere. And that's what I liked. That's why I was saying to myself, that's what should have been in the original maps of Battlefield 3, and I hope they will implement that. But yeah, like that's what I wanted to see when I got the game. I wanted to see total destructibility, and I'm talking just total destructibility. I think personally you should be able to destroy the tall buildings, say in Back to Karkand, where all the snipers use the MAV elevator and they get to the tallest building. I think, now I know this is probably a stupid idea, but it would have been really cool if you could destroy the entire building and have it collapse, and the snipers on top would get killed, of course. Wouldn't that sort that out? But that's just me. I'm sure the game would probably crash just from that small set piece, or you know, that trigger or whatever it would be called. But that's what I wanted to see when the game was released. So that's just one. That's just one of the reasons I think Bad Company 2 is better than Battlefield 3. Just the destructibility. Okay, I said it again. Destructibility. It seems to be better in Bad Company 2, for the time being anyway, than Battlefield 3. Okay, so point 2 for me is movement. It seems to me that the movement in Bad Company 2 is a lot more fluid, it's a lot more smooth than in Battlefield 3. In Battlefield 3, you gotta do vaulting, you gotta do jumping over stuff, you gotta do sprinting, you gotta do prone, you gotta do crawling, you gotta do everything. But every time I seem to do that anyway, it seems to be, let me see if I can find the right word, clunky, I guess I could say. It seems to be not responsive enough. When you vault over something, half the time it doesn't work and it gets you killed. And when you're prone and when you try and get up again really quickly, it seems to be less responsive. And by the time you get up to, you know, crouching, the guy who's in front of you kills you. But that's the thing, like in Bad Company 2, of course there was no prone, but there was crouching and sprinting, jumping, and it just seemed to click. It just seemed to be just right for the type of game it was. In Battlefield 3, they seem to be going a bit too far in terms of what you can do. I don't understand why they had to implement vaulting over stuff when... Here's the thing. No, actually that doesn't work. My bad. But yeah, that's what I was on about. Why couldn't they just implement what was good and what worked in Bad Company 2 in terms of just the jump animation? That's it. Nothing special, no vaulting over anything. Why that worked? Why couldn't they just put that in Battlefield 3 when it worked so well? And this is the first time, you know, they're implementing something like vaulting in Battlefield 3. It hadn't been really tested out. Half the time now it doesn't work. Then I know they said they're gonna fix this in the patch that's coming up, hopefully anyway. But that's just one of the things. It just seems the movement seems to be a bit clunky for the time being. Again, I know they're working on it. I know it'll probably get better. But still, just for the time being, movement on BC2 seems to be better than BF3. And this commentary is not a, you know, oh, Battlefield 3 sucks. No, I love Battlefield 3. I love it to bits. I love both Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 3 equally. But it's just, to me, I seem to enjoy BC2 a bit better than BF3. Just my honest opinion. You can agree or disagree with me on that. So let's move on. And the final reason for me why I think BC2 is better is the maps. They got the maps right on BC2. They got the maps wrong in BF3. My honest opinion. Don't rip me a new one, but this is just my honest opinion. They got the maps right in terms of scale and how you move from, you know, different parts of the map each time in Bad Company 2. I know it's the same in Battlefield 3, but it seems to be more open, but not too open. The maps are big, but they're not too big in BC2. I mean, yeah, they're big, but they're not humongously big like they are in Battlefield 3. And you know, on PC in Battlefield 3, it's 64. It's 64 people. And that's 32 v 32 on each team. So that's a lot of people playing the game. But what they should have done is realize that it's only 24 people on consoles for PS3 and for Xbox. So that's 12v12. And for 12 people against 12 people in a map the size of Caspian Border on Conquest it's too much. It's like finding a needle in a haystack. There are a lot of times where I'm playing Caspian Border with my friends. It's 12v12. We start off in each, in each spawn base. We go to take the first flag towards, and it always comes into a clusterfuck at C flag or B flag, and then half the game then just degenerates into, oh, we have to go pick up B again, and we have to go running all over here, pick this one up, then we have to go running all the way over there to get C back, and game over. 20 minutes later I get 5 kills and 2,000 points just from capturing flags. The thing is, like, they're too big, and I think that they should decrease the decrease the map size for console Conquest. Just for Conquest. The Rush seems to be alright for me, but Conquest is simply too big. Half the team, are still in the spawn base waiting for a jet or a chopper to spawn in, or a tank. And what I think is, for example, Conquest, what they should do is, there's only 3 flags, B, C and D flags, just those 3 flags, and you spawn in on either the spawn point in the base or on one of the flags. Say the Russians have D flag, the Americans have B flag, and then both sides have to take the C flag. They can also go take their own flag, and of course there'll still be jets, but the thing is that area will be blocked off, and if they bail out, you're in the no-go area and you have 10 seconds to get back in, but by the time they're already parachuting down and they'll commit suicide, which should increase the chance that you're in a jet against jet and he can't bail out, because he knows if he bails out, he'll be committing suicide. So it should increase the chances that when you're in a jet-on-jet battle, you'll get a kill eventually if you stay in his tail and you disable him. He's trying to fly back into the 3 flag area so he can bail out and try and capture a flag. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you're going to agree with that, but that's what I think should happen. Because if it's 3 flags, it should increase the action, the chances of you not only getting a kill, but helping out your team to capture a flag. That's just my opinion. I don't know if you're going to agree with that. But yeah, that's just my 3 points that I think BC2 are better. I mean, Arica Harbour. And that's one of my hopes when the DLC comes out, wherever it is, that it's BC2 maps. Arica Harbour was one of my favourite maps. It's one I play the most when I play BC2. Cold War was another one. Heavy Metal. Heavy Metal was too far. That was one of the it was just too big. Too many helicopters and too much ground to cover in order to get a flag. That was one of the, I guess, the precursors to Battlefield 3. The maps are simply too big. It's 12v12, it's not 64v64. I mean, I know in some cases that some of the maps are smaller than the PC versions, but they're simply still too big. They have to tone it down even more to get the action going. But yeah, these are just my 3 points. They're my honest opinion. I know that Battlefield 3 will get better in the long run. Better teammates. The weapons will be patched and equally better than each other, There won't be one gun that everybody uses to get kills. They'll all be equal, in my view anyway, hopefully. But that's a question of time, and right now we are still waiting for that patch to come out. Hopefully it'll be soon, but God knows when it is going to come out. But yeah, this commentary is wrapping up, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave your own thoughts in the comments of what you think of BC2. Do you still enjoy it as a game? Do you still play it? What are your thoughts on Battlefield 3 compared to BC2? Do you think it's better, or do you think Battlefield 3 is better? Please leave your reasons why you think this in the comment section below. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you there.